I wanted to do something a little different since I'm not really doing the whole boob thing a whole lot, even though they're doing fantabulous, by the way. Thanks for asking. So today I am going to be making triple layered red, white, and blue Jell-o shots. So I was like, just walk through me. I look on YouTube and watch how to do it. So I'm going to show you how I do it. This is actually going to be our first attempt at the red, white, and blue one. So I couldn't figure out like how to do the white layer, because if you get the white gelatin, it's not really white, it's clear. So that didn't really work. I found that out like last year. So I looked it up, and I guess you do like just Knox gelatin and you mix it with sweetened condensed milk. So I haven't gotten that far yet, but I actually got halfway and I was like, you know what, I'm going to make a video about it. So I'm at halfway through. I'm doing the first layer right now of the blue. So what I do is I got my this is like my official Jell-o mixing bowl. So this one I have 2 packages of the Jell-o. It's this one, berry blue. And then I do, so it's 2 cups of hot water per package. So I've got 4 cups of the boiling hot water. And then I add in, where is it? Did I put it back? I think I put it back. I add in 2 cups of, I have it in the freezer, 2 cups of frozen vodka. Not frozen, but it's been in the freezer. Anyway, so I mix all that up, and my daughter's actually going to get it out so you can see. Hold on. So I've got this one, Seagram's extra smooth vodka. So I have that in the freezer, and so I do the 4 cups total for 2 boxes of boiling hot water for 2 packages, and then mix that up all really, really good. And then you add in 4 more cups of cold vodka. So I'm going to finish doing all these guys. And then I think I'm probably going to have to add like another 25 cups. Oh, that's the other thing too. I also do, I had to use a different one than what I usually use. But I also spray it with a cooking spray. Normally I use the unflavored blah 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 one. It's a different brand, but I ran out of that one. But it helps for the Jell-o not to stick so much in there, even though it's kind of fun to watch people use their tongues. There's another trick too. I'll show you guys like after it's all done. But so we're gonna get going on it. Okay. So I ended up getting 125. So we got the first layer of blue, and then I'm going to put all these little bad boys into the refrigerator. I think it says it should take, usually I leave them in overnight, but let's see. Where's the ingredients? Oh, it says 30 to 90 minutes, so. Oh, well, sorry. So I'll give it like 2 hours just to make sure, because I'd hate to like do the second layer and pour it in if it's not ready, and it like, I've seen it like where the Jell-o will go actually underneath that layer and like push that one up. So I gotta make sure that this one's like really firm before I go pushing the next one in. So the next layer is gonna be fun since I haven't done it before. So we'll experience it together. Okay, so here we go. Refrigerating for a couple hours. Okay, so I'm gonna try to make the white layer, but I'm really worried because I've never done it before. And I found a couple recipes and they're all kind of similar, but they're just so. I read a bunch on it and found like the most similar recipe, which was it was 2 of these, 2 sleeves, and then with half a cup of the cold water, which obviously would be the vodka, and then half a cup of boiling water, and then separately you do the sweetened condensed milk and I think it was a cup, I don't remember, half a cup of boiling water for that. So before I go, look what I did here. And I've got all these boys here. There's like layers and layers of them. But here's my concern. Let's see if I can see. They come out so easily. I'm really worried that pouring the condensed or the white layer, I gotta be like, I don't know. I'm worried that if I'm pouring it in there, I'm worried that the gelatin, the new one's gonna like push its way underneath, because you saw how like loose it was. I'm worried that the white layer is gonna like push it, go underneath and push the blue up. So this is what I'm gonna do. I made the mixture and I'm gonna pour. I did like a little shot. Sorry, it's not focusing. But I did a little shot. So we'll cool that and then see how well it holds up. And then maybe if I just like let this sit for a while and get to like room temperature. But right now my main concern is if this sets. So I'm going to put this first one in the fridge for a while and then let that sit and see how it does. And then I think I'll just, if it works, I'll put it in like this little guy and just pour really, really, really slowly and carefully. And I let the blue layer sit in there for like God, hours. Like almost 4 hours, I think. Yeah, almost 4 hours. Well, and it's still in there now, so by the time this is done, it's going to be over 4 hours. So I just wanted to make sure it was like really firm. So this is the layer I'm worried about. I guess I'm going to come back in an hour, see how this one set up, and then we'll go from there. Okay, all right. So it's solidified pretty good, actually. So next step is to pour it in and see if it doesn't push the rest of it up. So let's give this a try. Might have to make another batch. Let's see. Nice and slow. Yay! Okay, so far so good. I'm gonna go through all these and get it in there, and then hopefully it sets really good. I pulled that other one out and it was still a little gooey, but I only let it sit in there for like not even 30 minutes. So I'm sure after a little bit more time it will set better. But it's not pushing the rest of the Jell-o out or from underneath. I think if I just go slowly, and it should be okay. But look at how pretty that is. And once you get the red layer in there, it should have come. Oh, white doesn't focus in it. There it goes. So I'm gonna go through all these. I may very well have to make another batch, because I don't think that that's going to be enough for all of it, but that's okay. So step 2. All right, we're gonna go from there. We'll catch up in a few hours and see where we're at. All right. Okay, so the white layer. One batch did not do enough, so I've done, I know I'm going to have a little extra now, but I didn't want to cut it in half because I wasn't sure if it was going to come out right, so I'm going to have extra. So I'm doing 3 batches. So it's, and just so you know, got a little water on my hand. Take that off. When you do the white layer, the whole mixture for that, you have to let it sit out for a while and cool down to like at least like below room temperature, because this is what happens. See, so I poured it in right away, and just like I was worried about it pushing the blue up, that's what happened. So it was actually too warm and it pushed the blue up. I mean, I'm going to still save these, I'll just eat them myself, but you know, red, white, and blue. that doesn't really quite work for red, blue, and white. Blue, 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 blue. So I have my little helpers helping. So what you need to do is to yield 100. I'm doing 125. So for the 2 boxes of Jell-o, it yields 125. Well, not 2 boxes, but I mean it does 125 for the 2 boxes of blue, 2 boxes of red. For the 2 boxes, you need 4 cups of boiling water and 4 cups of your cold liquor of your choice. I use vodka, but I mean I've done all the liquors, but I'm just doing vodka. Or if you don't want to use liquor at all, just use water. So you do 4 cups of boiling, 4 cups of cold. Mix that all up. Just follow the instructions on that. And for the white layer, it is in this one. It's 1 can of your sweetened condensed milk and 1 cup boiling water. And in this one, you have to start off with half a cup of your cold liquor or water and 2 envelopes of your gelatin. And you have to mix that up for a couple minutes. It's going to be all like clumpy and yucky. You have to let it sit and think it, I guess, a little bit. And then you add, oh, are you getting tired? And then you have to mix in a half cup. That's enough. You have to mix in a half cup of boiling water. So that's for one batch. I'm doing 3. So all that multiplied by 3. I just did it separately just because that's what I know the recipe is. So if you're going to do this, make sure that your first layer, the blue layer, is completely solidified. And you have to wait. Oh, and then, sorry, so you mix them separately and then you pour the milk one in. And then mix that all. Here, you can use that one, that one's longer. And then you mix that all together. So there's that. So I did 3 batches of that. Just make sure that the stuff is completely like cooled down. So I've been letting it sit for like half an hour. Otherwise, that's what you get. So I've already done. I need 1 more. Like this one's doesn't have it in there. So, but the rest of them are all good. This is after letting the stuff sit for half an hour and cool down, and then putting it in there. So, there we go. Okay, so that's step 2. I think it's pretty late already. It's like 1 o'clock in the morning. So I think I'm gonna finish the white, let this cool down, and pour those in. I'm gonna have leftover, but let that cool overnight, and I'll just come and finish the red layer tomorrow. So obviously it'll be all one video, but to be continued. Okay, we'll see you in a little while. Okay, so it's the next day, and I'm going to be doing the red layer now. I started on a couple of them, and they seem to be working out really well, but there's a few of them where it looks like the sides have kind of come off. So I'm worried that the red is going to like leak around the side. So let's see. Yeah, so it's like going down slowly. Some of them have done that, not all of them, but I mean, you can still see the white, so I guess it's okay. I'm wondering if maybe if I hadn't waited like overnight, like an entire day, maybe it wouldn't have separated as much, but trial and error. So, okay, so I'm going to get all these ones filled up with the red, and then we'll see how it does. I let it sit for about an hour. The red has solidified, but so I'll show you. A lot of them it worked like beautifully. I mean, look at that one. Look how beautiful that one is. And a lot of them came out like that, like almost that whole tray was like perfect. But a lot of them, the white had separated from the side, so the red Jell-o had like went around the edges and went down. So, but I mean, you can still see that there's like 3 layers there. So it's, I mean, whatever. All taste the same, I guess. And you can still see that it's like red and blue at least. These are my F-ups, but hold on, I want to show you. Okay, so I did the oil to keep it from sticking, but there's another way too. If you look at, hold on, I'll show you. There's another way to get the Jell-o out without like putting your tongue in there or using your fingers or a straw or whatever. So if you take it and it's supposed to work. I don't know if it's actually gonna work with the white. Oh, I didn't think about that. It should work. Oh, yep, see, there it goes. So if you just like bang it, as long as it has the lid, it loosens right up.
Ooh.
And then the lid.
And then you just...
Let's see how it tastes. What?
Alcohol.
You can taste the vodka in that. Tastes like vodka and berries. So I can't even taste like the condensed milk part. Can't really taste any difference in it. It just tasted like Jell-o. A lot of vodka. Those are strong. I always make mine really strong, but so overall, I think it was a success. I think if I do it again, I'll probably not let the white one sit overnight. I think maybe that's what did it. It just sat too long. I think if I would have done it like only a few hours after it settled and did the red, I think it would have been fine. But like I said, trial and error. But overall, success. I've got, well, 124 now. Well, 23 really, because this one's no good either. I'll probably let my husband try it. But overall, they look good. And we'll be enjoying these for 4th of July weekend. All right. Bye.